فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون.
This is verse 152 of Surah Baqarah, and it's a very short but very beautiful verse which comes in Surah Baqarah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Remember me, I will remember you, and thank me and never be ungrateful." Now, the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is actually based out of our total dependency on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is based on the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent His religion and His prophets and His commandments towards us, and we should remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all of those sources. And in response, it is a great prestige for a Muslim. It's a great honor for a Muslim that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that if you remember me, in response I will remember you. So much so that Ibn Kasir in his tafsir states an authentic hadith, and the meaning of the hadith is that whoever remembers Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in himself, nafsi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remember him in his self, his all powerful, all majestic self. So what a great honor that if we remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remember us back. And then the hadith continues and it says, and whoever mentions me in a gathering, as in whoever mentions Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a gathering, praises Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or talks about the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or talks about the religion and commands sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I will mention him in a better gathering. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in both ways, when you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remember you back. So what a great honor and prestige for Muslims that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is disclosing this in Quran. Now this remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is filled with a lot of benefits, and some of the benefits is obviously that this establishes and further deepens our love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our feeling towards following Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our feeling towards being humble in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this remembrance softens our heart. Another great benefit of remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you can think that this is a cleanser of the heart. It cleans our heart as days pass on, as we indulge ourselves into daily activities and work. Sometimes a person errs and falls and sins, and then to cleanse yourself, the best method to cleanse yourself is to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and remember your roots, and remember the commandments, and remember what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expected us to do, and then change our ways, so that remembrance also helps in that way. Now zikr, obviously, if you look into hadith and Quran, you will find other many benefits of zikr, including that a person who remembers Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be protected from sinning, because as he engages himself into zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he'll restrain himself from backbiting and other sins of the tongue. And then a person who remembers Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala softens his heart and pushes him and brings him closer to himself. And a person who remembers Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be granted the shade of the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment. While there are many other benefits of remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ibn Taymiyyah states this in a very unique way and says that remembrance is to the heart what water is to fish, and what happens to fish that leaves the water. So according to Ibn Taymiyyah, this remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is as essential as water is to fish. Now the second part of the surah, the second part of the verse, is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is stating that we should appreciate and we should be thankful and grateful and happy of the countless bounties and favors and blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent towards us in our daily life, in how we are progressing. And we should not be ungrateful. We should remind ourselves that how much deeds that we've performed, what efforts we've actually put forward towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in fulfilling the commands and hukam and the way of life which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expected us to follow, versus how much bounties and rahmat and karam and sukoon and ease Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent towards us. So we should be in a halat of shukr, we should be in a halat of gratefulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we should not be ungrateful. And not just this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in another part of the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that if you do shukr, if you're a person of shukr, I will increase my bounties upon you. And if you're not a person of shukr, then your bounties might be taken away from you. So this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expects, that we should reciprocate the ease that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent upon us by a very simple and a very humble gesture of being grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase us in our remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May He increase us in being grateful to the great Zat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.